The hurricane experts at Colorado State University dropping their expectations for the 2026 hurricane season. El Nino shutting down development in the basin for the time being. Fox Weather hurricane specialist Bryan Norcross joining us now. Bryan, good to have you on. What are your thoughts? I mean, I'm looking at these numbers and I'm thinking to myself, we're in the single digits for all three categories: named storms, hurricanes, and majors. I don't remember a time that I've seen that in a forecast.
Yeah, you have to go back. They've actually forecast fewer over the years, on years that had El Ninos and other factors that were really suppressing on hurricanes and tropical development. And this year, it is the El Nino. And the reason we see these numbers trending down from total named storms of 13 in April to 11 in June was their forecast. Now 9 named storms is the forecast, with 4 hurricanes, one of them reaching Category 3 and above, which is the lowest numbers we've seen. They are the lowest numbers we've seen in many years. The reason it's trending down is because the El Nino forecast is becoming more certain. So they thought a big El Nino might develop as of the spring, talking about developing in the summer and into the fall, but it was less certain. So they didn't want to go crazy and go super low at that point. But now the certainty has increased dramatically. It's almost certainly a strong El Nino, and very possibly a very strong El Nino, which everybody calls a super El Nino. And the stronger the El Nino, the more suppressing effect on storm numbers. So that's why we get the forecast we have, but all good news on the storm number front. But of course, El Nino has lots of effects besides suppressing tropical activity. All right, let's take a look at this El Nino and what's going on right now. This is where we look. This is kind of the magic box here, south of Hawaii along the equator. The warmer that gets, the stronger the El Nino, according to the definition we have. There are actually a lot of atmospheric components to this that can also be measured to identify El Nino. But this is the one that we use, and the question is, how much warmer is the water in that box to the overall global tropics? And you can see that it's in the reds and oranges there, indicating that it's quite warm, and it is getting warmer and is forecast to get even warmer yet. So that's why the big El Nino is forecast this year, and all the effects that go with that. There's another area to the north up here which is unusual and very warm, and then look up here well offshore of the west coast, another one. So this is really a marine heat wave that's going on out here, which is putting a lot of energy into the atmosphere and a lot of moisture into the atmosphere. And this is going to affect the western and southwestern part of the U.S., especially in the lower latitudes, because this really is going to drive the jet stream across the southern part of the U.S. later this year. But right now, we're just talking about hurricanes. So we'll talk about this, all this out here, but especially this El Nino right in here being suppressing factor number 1 for this upcoming hurricane season, pushing down the numbers. Number 2 is in the Atlantic now. And look here, you see this area from Africa on over through the Caribbean and back. Notice it's kind of coolish in here, a little below normal. Caribbean a little above to about normal. So the net is, it's all about normal. So there's no enhancing effect from the Atlantic like we've had the last few years. So that's really just not going to be a factor. So we'll call that, in terms of keeping the numbers down, another suppressing factor. All right, then we also have the upper level winds. Now, these come with the El Nino as an artifact of the El Nino, and the reason that we get suppressed hurricane activity, a big reason, is because it generates these strong winds. And look at them ripping across the Caribbean and the Atlantic there. The yellows and reds indicate very strong upper level winds that just tilt all the systems over so they can't develop. So we'll call that suppressing factor number 3 as we look ahead for the week ahead. What you see is they kind of let up a bit out in the Atlantic, at least for a while, but they continue in the Caribbean, and this is really where the El Nino effect is. It's in the Caribbean, and it's over here toward Mexico. So Mexico also tends to get fewer storms in El Niños, by the way. They tend to occur offshore and over toward Hawaii. So that's number 3. And then number 4 is the dust. Now, the dust doesn't stick around for the whole hurricane season. It's only around normally until about mid-August. But you can see it's thick out here, and it's been thick over Puerto Rico, causing temperatures to be very high there, kind of like a blanket overhead. And watch the forecast for the dust. It's just going to spread over Florida into Texas over the next week. This is the next 7 days here, and we'll call that suppressing factor number 4. So you add all that up, and the Atlantic really looks suppressed, and they're going with 9 storms. One more forecast comes in August. We'll see if they continue even to be that high. It's not uncommon to have like 7 storms or so in a season, in a big El Nino season. All right, but then we have a factor that we're going to have to watch, because this water up here off Florida and in the Gulf is exceptionally warm. So if a disturbance can get through the negativity and up into here, I hate to mention it, but Hurricane Andrew was one of those kind of disturbances, and it has plenty of fuel to get going. So the odds are that if we get a system in the United States, it's going to develop pretty close to the coast, which is really annoying because you have less time to prepare. But just kind of keep that in the back of your mind. Certainly nothing looks imminent right now. Now, in the forecast, the folks at CSU, Dr. Klotzbach and the team there, looks back at years in the past that seem to have a similar pattern. And here's the list that they came up with. But look at this. In these years, there were some big storms. Hurricane Betsy was memorable for anybody that was around in South Florida or in the New Orleans area. It was Katrina before Katrina. As a matter of fact, those flood walls that failed in Katrina were built because of Betsy. There was Iwa in Hawaii. Remember I said that this is a year that Hawaii is going to have to watch because of all that warm water in the Pacific. This was big in Kauai. And Joaquin was a horrendous storm in 2015. It was just kind of north of the Bahamas, forecast to move north, but backed up and just mauled the central Bahamas. It was a horrible, horrible situation. So big storms, terrible events, devastating situations can occur in these El Nino years, and they tend to occur kind of close in. Betsy was an exception because Betsy started out here, and that's the farthest out that an El Nino storm has started. Mostly they're in this area here, like we talked about. So we're just going to keep an eye on that. And, of course, as I said, in El Nino years, Hawaii has to watch. There's that Iwa track. You see it up here impacting the western Hawaiian Islands, including Kauai. This is 10 years before Iniki, which became very famous because of Jurassic Park. Iniki hit while they were filming Jurassic Park on Kauai. So, Jane, it's it's good news. The fewer, the better, but it's certainly nothing definitive about what's going to happen this hurricane season.
Yeah, no, I mean, we continue to look close to home, and it seems as though more apparently that is going to be the perhaps driver for our tropical impacts, and hopefully we don't see anything that does impact land moving forward. But I'm interested with that one major hurricane, Bryan, do you think that that could be likely because the main development region is largely shut down with the impact of El Nino? I mean, you're thinking about a more mature system that oftentimes when it develops out of the main development region has more time to stack and strengthen as it approaches land.
Yeah, well, there are a lot of major hurricanes, Category 3 and above, that form in the western Atlantic. All of the big hurricanes of 2005, Katrina, Rita, Wilma, all formed in the western Atlantic and then moved west. So you can have the eastern Atlantic pretty much shut down and just have the tropical waves, the disturbance, make their way through. But then when they get to the western Atlantic in more conducive conditions, then they develop. So it happens. There's no way to necessarily predict that this year. It's such a strong El Nino that it is going to shut down a lot of activity, but it can also, those winds can wriggle north or they can pause or whatever, and you can get a little gap of time like we did in 1992, only a week, that was conducive for a storm to develop, and Hurricane Andrew developed. So, things can happen in a short window of time or in that area around Florida and the Gulf. And all of that can produce a very strong hurricane.
Yeah, I mean, I think even back to last season, you're right. I mean, the southwestern Atlantic seemed to be the hot spot for that rapid intensification.
Right.
And in just a short period of time, you had these tropical waves, weak disturbances that then suddenly became Cat 5s. So we'll be watching and preparing, of course. It only takes one, and we've still got a long season ahead of us. Fox Weather Hurricane Specialist Bryan Norcross, thanks for joining me.